Good morning. This is Jennifer from Paper This and That. I am here to show you how I put together another card. It's a shape card. It is in the shape of a coffee mug. And I'm going to go ahead and open up my file. Go to My Projects. And I will make this file available to my Patreons. This is Thanks a Lot Day. Now, how I put this cup together. What I did is I picked from the image library a coffee mug that I liked. It was just this mug, half of it, this mug with the heart, and it said coffee on it. I will show you which one it was. Go to image search. And then we're going to type in coffee cup. Hit enter. Then I scrolled through until I found the cup that I wanted. I wanted something that would be easy to weld. I'm looking for it. Where is it? I don't see it. Where did it go? I know I searched for coffee mug or coffee cup. There it is. This is the one that I used. And I did the insert image. Then what I did is I ungrouped then I took this part here and I duplicated it 3 times. So we'll go to duplicate 1, 2, 3. I want to get this up out of the way. Oops. Undo. I thought I had all that grouped together. We're not going to move that. And then this stuff here, we're just going to kind of move this out of the way temporarily. And actually, I'm going to delete a couple of these because I forgot a step. I took one of these and I went into the contours. And I hid the cut lines on the mug. There we go. And then I took this, went to my edit, and I mirrored it. Went over, lined them up. I'm not going to do this perfectly, I don't think. But I lined them up. See, this one is at 506. That's at 506. Good. So this, and then in the layers panel, I welded. Okay. Then I had my two sides of my coffee mug. Then I took this. This is how I did it. I took this and I duplicated it. And I'm trying to remember how I did this. Okay, I think, yes, I could do contours here. Got rid of this. And so I wanted rid of the handle. Okay, let's go to the edit real quick. 525. This needs to be set at 525. So they're perfectly lined up. Okay, and I selected both. Then in the layers panel, I went to slice. So you take this away, take that away, and both of these pieces can be deleted. Then you're left with like this kind of a background. Okay, I duplicated it 3 times. No, twice, I'm sorry. So I had 3 copies of it. And one of these, I went in, changed the color. For right now, we'll just use any color. I'll just choose that. Doesn't exactly match this. I chose a different custom color. But just so that you could get an idea what I did here. And then there were these coffee beans. I went back into my image search. And I believe those, I don't have to search coffee mug because I believe those coffee beans, here they were. I brought these in. And then I did some, well, I ungrouped them. Now, why isn't my ungroup there when I right click? But we'll do it this way. Ungrouped. This part I got rid of. Then I pulled these apart. And, you know, I just deleted these individual pieces. I resized them to how I wanted them. These are going to be really small because I didn't resize these parts. This is just for demonstrations. Okay. And then the coffee beans I duplicated. And I also went into the edit and I mirrored them this way. Sorry about my little fly out. Certain places I hit my mouse pad on my machine, on my laptop, brings out that side thing. It's a Windows 8 thing and I can't stand it. But anyhow, I put one in each corner, as you can see here. And I click that, I'm not sure if this will work with both of them. I'm going to try this. Oops. Undo. We'll do one at a time. And then I click this in the layers I sliced. Take that out. Get rid of it. Go here. Arrange. Send backwards. And I did this one. This. Slice. Got rid of that. And then I just layered it on top of one of the dark brown pieces, just like that. That's how I did all this. A lot of slicing and welding. And then I'm going to get rid of all this stuff now because I don't want this in my final file. Okay, so we'll go ahead and delete these. I'm just hitting the delete key on my keyboard. But that's how I made that. And then this thanks a lot day, I just went in, added text, found the text that I liked, moved them together and welded the letters. But this will be the final cut file. And I will be back. I'm going to go ahead and I need to layer up my mats. Oh, and I did add a score line. I did a search I did the image search. And score line. And there's the free score line. And I just added that. Put it in place. And attached it to this layer here, to the base of the card. And how I sized it is I brought in a big square and I sized the square that would be the size of an A2 size card. And then on the front half, I resized the coffee mug, the whole thing, all the elements together, with it minus the thanks a latte because I added that later. That was an afterthought. But I resized half the card to be 5.25 by 4.25. It's not exact. It's very, very close. Then I duplicated and then did my welding and did everything else. So now when I go into my color sync, as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 colors on here. I am happy with that, so I will leave that alone. And then I'm ready to cut. I just have to organize my mats and get ready to cut. See, now this is just the brown. And that's just the heart. A couple of these I could probably put on one mat. This is the base mug. So if I look here real carefully, I'm going to look at these and count my lines. See, it goes at least to here. So that looks like the 6 mark. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's the 6. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave this like that, and this will be I'm going to cut a piece of paper of 6 by 11 to cut this part out. And I'm going to cut on the same mat this one. What I'm going to do is bring this down here, and I'll have 2 sheets of paper on this particular mat, dark brown and like a cream color. There we go again with that side. And then on this one, I'm going to arrange things to compact them a little bit. So there's a lot of different things you could do to save space. Okay, and this one is 1, let me see, that's actually 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is actually at the 5th cut mark. So I could do a 5 by 6 or a 6 by 6. I'll probably make it easy on me on cutting and just do 6 by 6. And then the little heart, I'll move over to this corner. And that is just a simple, I could get away with a 2 by 2, but I probably will do a 3 by 3 piece of paper. So I've got, it shows 4 mats here, but I'm going to cut them on 2. What's going to happen is this mat's going to load. I'll cut this mat, and then I'll take it out. Then this one's going to want to cut. You know, it's just, then I'll put the original mat back in and then do the bottom one. I could probably just go ahead and cut this one and then skip over this one and then go all the way to the bottom and cut those. Then that mat will be done, and then do these 2. But I will be back after I'm done cutting, and we will see you then. Okay, I am back. I've got all my pieces cut out, and I wanted to show you this. I used this from my stash. I had like half a sheet. This from an old paper pack that I used all the rest of the papers of. And it has a nice design in it. And I thought, well, I'm going to use that as my base for my card. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this over on the score line. And then the next thing I'm going to do I am going to get my Tim Holtz Distress ink. This is Walnut Stain. And I'm going to kind of go around and ink these edges, just to kind of give them some definition. I think I might need to adjust this a little bit. There we go. It's almost off camera. Okay. While I'm at it, I'm going to grunge up my heart a little bit. I got my red heart here. I'm going to put a little bit more grunging on it than just edging. Because I kind of want it to be a little bit darker red. And I'm just patting some ink on it. I'll show you the result. Okay. Then I'm going to ink up my mat for inside. This is where the sentiment will go. Okay. I think that's it for the inks. Okay, I can start assembling things. The first thing is this insert. I am going to have to trim it. I don't know why it came out bigger. Well, it came out the same size as because this is the original mat of the coffee cup. And it actually needs to be trimmed a little bit on this one edge, because it is a little bit too big. My card's not going to close if I try to line this up properly. Now let's see how it does. That is much better. It's going to let my card close. So I'm going to go ahead and get my ATG gun. I know you probably can't see where I'm putting my ATG glue, but really, you all know how to use an ATG gun, I'm sure. Oh, and I just ripped my handle. That's not good. Don't you just love it? It seems like every video I do, I have some kind of boo-boo. But I will do something to fix that up. I wish I would have used wet glue. It's going to have a little bit on the outside edge. But we'll deal with that. Maybe I'll put some stickles or something to kind of disguise. And I don't like this. It looks messy, so I am going to trim the outside dark brown that's hanging out. I got into the habit of using wet glue, and now, because with the ATG gun, once it's down, it's hard to pull up. Okay, I might use some stickles. I'm going to do something to try to hide that little boo-boo there. Then I am going to take and put my mat together. This is where somebody would write their note or their little message to whoever they're giving this card to. You're going to hear a jiggle of a door because my cat is trying to get in. I actually locked it. I don't know if you guys saw my one video of him opening my door. He opens all the doors in the house. So I had to lock him out just so that I could do my video here. or else he would be in here bugging. Now he's outside the door crying. He wants in here. It's like, too bad, kitty cat. Okay, then I'll put the mat inside the card. This is actually a pretty quick card to put together. I like quick. I like quick that looks nice. Put it that way. And there's the inside of the card. And it closes just fine. You see this little opening here? That's for the looks like coffee. Actually got some ATG on that. Maybe I shouldn't rub it off. I could probably put glitter on that. To make it look like cream on it, or make it look like a mocha. You know, I don't know if you do this, but I plan my videos, but at the same time, I don't pre-make anything. I designed this card in Design Space, and this is the first time I'm putting it together. Now I gotta get the rest done. The heart, I'm going to pop it up on pop dots. Let's see, where are my pop dots? The ones that I keep cutting apart until they're all used up. Yes, I still have plenty of foam that I could actually use. Like I said before, I don't like the waste. So, just sometimes they're oddly shaped and it's tricky getting the backing off of them. There we go. So, I actually want this closer to the bottom. Now I need to get my words coffee over here. One of these days I'm going to listen to Melanie and do letters with vinyl. See, my tweezers should be in my tweezers that I want should be in here. At least that's where I put them. Pretty sure. Don't think I've used them since. I've got other tweezers, but they're not the kind that just close. Here they are. I knew they were in there. Put my pop dots away. I need this. And maybe filter this. I've got plenty of red. I think I'm just going to use this as scratch paper. There we go. Put that down. Lay my letters out. So I know where my placement's going to be. Approximately. Two F's at the bottom. That's, oh, ticket. I don't want those letters to move. Go ahead and grab my C. We kind of got spoiled and had a couple really, well, what we call warm. We had a heat wave. And, our heat wave was like in the 20s this week. We even made it into the 30s a couple days. Today, we woke up to 1 degree. It's probably about 13, 14 out right now. Craft room's not as cold as what I expected, considering there's no ductwork coming in there. I think it gets some heat from under the door. This is showing it has glue in it. Just doesn't want to come out. Squeezing and squeezing. Of course, this is old. Might have to just get another one. I don't think that one's going to work. See if this one will work any better. Yes, this one does work better. I think this is the most time-consuming part of the whole entire card. Thanks a lot days are about 3 or 4 pieces. I got most of everything welded. Just fine. the other F. My fingers are starting to get sticky. Glue on them. And the cut file for this, I am going to make available to my Patreons. So just go to www.patreon.com/paper this and that, spelled out, and you'll get access to my files. And you'll get access to my private Facebook group. I'm still uploading files because the group is brand new. And I had to wait for my first Patreon. Shout out to Cherie here. To create my group. Because Facebook doesn't let you create a group if you don't have anybody. You have to, when you create a group, you have to invite people. And because it is a private group, I couldn't just invite just anybody. And I had to wait till I got a Patreon to create my group. But I'm still working on my group. And I'm going to be creating a file in there today sometime with a link to all my Design Space files. Okay, now we need to do the thanks a latte phrase. Just gotta get all my letters here. Beginning to think that I should have latte. Thanks. And the letter A. Okay, now I can keep it from sticking to my fingers. I'm going to go ahead and place these on my card where I want it. How I want it spaced out. It's going to be in 2 lines. I don't remember what font I used. But if you have a subscription, it's a free font. I know that for sure. I'm not sure if it's free if you don't have the subscription. Okay, I pretty much have it where I want it. That's where it is. This is the most tedious part. Whenever you cut a sentiment, that is the most tedious part about some of these Cricut cards. But at least this one, most of it's welded. There's a couple letters that didn't get welded. But you'll have the file if you feel like messing with it, moving letters around to weld the rest of it together, by all means. And again, if you're a Patreon and you get my file, again, I ask that you do not share it, because this is one of the perks of my Patreons only. It's almost running uphill. I don't like that. And again, if you're a Patreon, you're going to see this video a day before everybody else. So I will publish this today. Today's Saturday, March 1st. 20 more days till the first day of spring. Yahoo! And March is definitely coming in like a lion. Hopefully it goes out like a lamb. But anyhow, I will make this available to the general public sometime tomorrow or Monday. But being a Patreon, you get this today. And the file itself, I did in this video at the beginning, I showed you how I created it. But if you want it already done and created, just become a Patreon and you'll have access to the file. Okay, most of the card is done. I mean, the basics. There you have it. I'm not sure if I like the handle on here, but it's just the way that the image and design space was set up. Thanks a latte. And it has the word coffee under there. And then when you open it up, you have your mat and the backing to create the coffee look. But I'm not done. I think I'm going to do a couple other things. Let me see here. You see how well my stickles works, considering that it is a little bit chilly. It's not freezing in here. Freezing cold. Don't make it cold enough to make my stickles say sorry. Trying to find some complementary colors. This one's, yeah, this is, okay, I'm going to put some stickles on the heart. And this one is usually it has the name on it. Extra fine tip, acid free. Okay, I'm not seeing the name on this one. course, I gotta do a test squirt. See if it's gonna come out. Some of my stickles are older, some of them are newer. And this one doesn't want to come out. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. Next time, you know, I'll just get done. This is Martha Stewart. Okay, this is the Martha Stewart one. It is cold. Oh, to have some bling. Okay. Got some bling there. See if this stickles is going to work. Getting a lot of air. These might be dried up. It's not coming out either. Some of my stickles might be dried because these are old. Let's try this one. Put a little bit of clear. Make it almost look like I might have to invest in some more stickles. Or wait and see if it's just because of the temperature in here. I don't know what it is in here right now. I think it's at least 50 in here, in this room. See, now this one works. I'm just thinking those ones are a little bit. So I'm going to add a little bit stickles to it and makes it look like cream in the coffee. Those other ones, I just think these are dried up. They're not working. And if that one worked, this one should have too. Okay, I think I'm done. There we are with my finished card. And thanks for watching, and until the next video, I will see you back here.